Hello, this is Carmel here from Carmel's Garden, and today I've got two of my beautiful co-hosts, guests who come on The Thriving Woman with me. This week I've just been doing some small interviews around my new magazine that's coming out, Mystery of Eden, and for the last few months, 6 months, I've had the absolute pleasure of having Annemarie and Emily come on and share their journey of life, their experiences, and now they've written an article in my magazine. So today's just a small little party. I've done a few around my Thriving Woman podcasters, around the people who are in my books, and a couple of other ones that we're going to be doing. So thank you, ladies, for joining me today. I think we'll start with Annemarie. Annemarie and I have met through Kingdom Women Entrepreneurs, and it was actually only last year that I won a scholarship with her, and we started working on my podcast show. So I have grown a lot in that time. I have produced another book, another co-author book in the series Journey to Wholeness in that time. So I've been very busy. And around that as well, I had this idea of a magazine. And Annemarie has been very instrumental in helping me define things. And she actually was really helpful with the title. So there's been a lot of things in the background that have happened around the magazine. And I'm just so thrilled that we have the e-magazine ready for you. It's free. This issue is free, but we won't be in the future. I had no idea how much work it would take to get a magazine out, but I'm very grateful for every person who has given their time, their prayers, their articles, their money, everything to bring the magazine together. And I'm thrilled about it. And I know already, I've already got the next magazine full, but I've got to put all the work into it. So this has been a really creative learning journey for me. And look, folks, I love it. With Carmel Austin Publishing, we've got 2 books and a magazine now. So, if you're looking to write your story or share your story, come and chat with me because, with my team, we can get your stories published next year. I have some private clients that I'm working with, and I'm going to be working on my own books as well. We will be doing more co-author books, and we're going to be doing some other exciting things around that as well. But today we're just here to celebrate the magazine. So welcome, Annemarie. And Annemarie, would you like to share a little bit about your article and the theme of God's Garden and what we've talked a little bit about on our podcast shows and what you've written in your article today?
Oh, thank you, Carmel. And thank you for the opportunity that all of us can come and share what God has put on our heart and through publishing this magazine. So if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So you reached out to me and asked me if I would share a little bit about the journey that I've had over the last number of years, particularly around the growth of my garden, what inspired me to do that, and how it has led me to become very passionate about herbs, I think they call it over in the US, and why herbal tea has become very much part of our life. And if I go back very quickly, give you a snapshot overview, one of my very close family members had gone a journey of unwellness, and no matter what tests he had done, it was my husband, and so no matter what tests at the professionals, the medical teams just could not find him, even 9 specialists. So we went to a naturopath, and the very first test that the naturopath did indicated that he had severe mercury poisoning and an imbalance of minerals that are needed. I mean, God has created us very uniquely, and all of the systems in our bodies are very dependent on one another. And so when one system of the body goes out, it can tend to impact the rest. And so we've been through a journey of a lot of the health and wellness, but herbs. And as we know, God's creation, he created a lot of the plants and the herbs with incredible medicinal properties to heal us, or to create an environment which enables our body to heal. That's what he's created us to be and do. And through that process, through working with the naturopath, my eyes have really been open to the power of these medicinal herbs. And so I thought I'm going to grow some of these things that we put in our roasts, like oregano, has incredible. In fact, I'm just got a book out that has been scientifically proven that the oil of oregano has incredible antibiotic properties. Even the bacteria that a lot of the antibiotics don't have. So, my whole premise was to encourage people to do their research, to go and look at these incredible plants that God has created and the wonderful restorative properties that they bring. And so that's what I shared. You can grow these in your back garden. It's quite simple to grow. And whilst we're using them in our foods and our roasts, we can use them for our health and wellness as well.
And so, folks, if you haven't, Emery and I have put out a couple of podcast shows where we talk about our garden, we talk about oils, and now Emery, my husband, has built me this beautiful garden in the backyard that we are now growing, where I don't have to bend over, and I've got all my beautiful vegetables growing in there. And when we started this journey together, that was just a dream. And now he's built it out of recycled material, and we go out there and we're picking things out of it and watching everything grow. And he loves it. He's so excited about it. And it's just so much fun. Like, some of you may have seen the pictures on Facebook where I've been sharing about it. And it's very ironic because, it's Carmel's Garden, and that's what my business is called. And, I love herbs, I love oils. So Emery and I have been just having so much fun. Emery's article actually is the first article in the magazine. And then we have a lovely advertisement that one of my designers created for her. When you see it, Emery, you will be blown away of how beautiful it is. So you can contact Emery through the magazine, so make sure you get a copy of that. So I'm going to invite Emily now to join me. Emily and I met each other on Kingdom Builders Academy, and that was a place where I did a degree and I became a certified coach. And while I was doing that, I started writing my stories in books, and my last two books are published through myself, Carmel Publishing. But I wrote a story in two other books with two other people along the journey. So I love co-author books. I'm so blessed to be 4 times international best-selling author, and I've learned so much in those few years where Emily and I would get on Zoom meetings together and we would learn about our website. So for me, I did website at TAFE, and I love websites and I love all the back end stuff. So I can get a little bit caught there too, but I love to just get on and chat. So these parts are just so much fun. So welcome, Emily. Emily is a coach as well. So share a little bit, Emily, about our journey together and where you are. And Emily has a beautiful article in the magazine as well, and a beautiful ad in there too. So welcome, Emily.
Thank you so much. I am the Joy-Filled Family Caregiver Coach, and it really was just such a pleasure to be invited to collaborate on this project with Carmel. And I just love her energy and I love her vision. And I just think this was divinely orchestrated also because my parents were big gardeners and my dad loved herbs. He called them herbs over here in the US. So part of my journey, I do explain in the magazine a bit about some of the struggles that I faced as a family caregiver. And really, I was just going through a lot of emotional turmoil and just incredible upset with ended marriage after 35 years, and just trying to draw out of my mother some of the affirmation that I was hungry for, and realizing that she was on a path where she did not have control over some of the things going on in her life. So it was a bittersweet journey. I learned so much in caring for her, and just it's just an amazing the treasure trove that opened up as a result of this journey. So God put me on a path to help coach caregivers to embrace their assignment with joy. So in the article, I just talk a little bit about an incident with my mother and all the things going on in that scene. And I love the idea of the magazine that we can share life's journeys, give a little snippet of things that help to catapult us in our current vision, and also it opens up imagination. I just love that because we're all on this journey together in life, and we're here to encourage each other and to uplift each other. And that's what I see in this magazine. It's a platform for that from all of us.
Thank you, Emily. And folks, if you haven't yet, Emily and I have some podcast shows out as well, and we delve right into care, self care, caring for your family. Emily has an amazing journey where she had some health issues herself as well, and she's had to overcome them, and she's a walking miracle as well. So it was God ordained that, today was organized, Annemarie and Emily, that we're talking about self-care. We're talking about that things happen to us in the natural, and when we apply God's principles in our lives, that we overcome. I know with Emily, she had to learn to walk again, and when I've started to interview her with the Thriving Woman podcast shows, a little bit more of her journey comes out. Just like with Annemarie, we talk a little bit more about the journey of where we're at. Because for me, folks, I'm allergic to chemicals. My body reacts terribly. I have Erland syndrome. I've had lots of different things happen to me as a little girl. So when I discovered essential oils many years ago, and often I'd always go out in my garden and grow things and dig things. And when I'm stressed, I go out and I dig, or I clean. That's something my mum probably taught me. But hey, you've got to clean your house. You've got to clean the blessing that God gave you. And I actually have a couple of little jobs that I do, that I clean people's houses, and I tell you, they're more spotless than mine, and I keep them that way. But it's exercise. I'm getting out of the house, and I'm getting away from the computer, and I'm going out into the environment. So, folks, that's what this magazine is about. It's about restoring your kingdom authority. It's about getting back to nature. Mystery of Eden, where is Eden? That was where the world started. God had Adam and Eve, and he gave them everything in the garden to enjoy, and it was perfect. And I want to encourage people, because Carmel means garden. And when we were looking at the name of it, I couldn't call the magazine Garden, but we really wanted to start with this issue about God's garden, because that's what we've been talking about, haven't we, Annemarie? And even Emily, we've been talking about getting back to just the basics of how God created us, that we need to get out in the environment. And I know Emily often posts things about being out in the environment with her children and enjoying bushwalking and all of those things that ground us. And so, I love it now. I go out and I'm picking some lettuce and parsley and watching the beans grow and the corn grow and the tomatoes grow. And it's all at that level where we're not bending into it, and we just had so much fun. And being my husband's such an artist, creating it from recycled materials, which is so many things that he does around the house. So it's just been such a fun journey. So wrapping up 2024 with the magazine, the first edition. It's just a pleasure to have you ladies on. So Annemarie, just as we finish tell my audience a little bit about your teas and the benefits that you are finding out of them. Just really quick snippet.
Yeah, absolutely. So from from what I shared earlier, my passion for teas, and my husband was drinking teas, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to learn a little bit more. So I did a course on mixing up your own tea. So we've got 3 different blends, and the name of the overall tea is called Restore Roffa. So Rophe, and I believe that there's a spelling Ropha as well. And I've done a bit of research, and the Roffa with the E is the original Hebrew. And I know sometimes in English we tend to create our own words and understanding. But Rapha, as we know, Jehovah Rapha is God, our healer. So the 3 blends, which I absolutely love, there's one which is focus and flourish. Who doesn't need that as an entrepreneur? I know I do. We've got so many interesting things that can distract us. So this really helps you to maintain your focus so that you can really work well on the things that are ahead of you. We've got the relax and restore, when we want to just have this rest and allow God to restore us through some of the wonderful herbs that he has created. And the last one I've been using for some time, especially over the last month, is the strength and shield. And so those are herbs which helps us if we've got a little bit of an itchy throat, or we have a little bit of a cough that we're developing. So each of those kind of has their own medicinal properties and benefits that can support you. So really excited to share those with others as well.
So, folks, look out for our magazine, Mystery of Eden. It will be on issue. I am working on a printed magazine, and I hope that I can get one out. It's been a tricky road, but when you're learning and growing and doing something new, I have that capacity that I don't want to give up as well. But I'm so thrilled that we're here. And I want to say too, I have my books, The Artist Haven and Courageous Voices Unlocked. So with Christmas coming up, there are great gifts in the magazine. The links will be in there. The links to Emily as well as a coach. And get hold of our magazine. It is life-giving, it's encouraging. And thank you, ladies, for coming on today and celebrating with me with the first launch. God bless for now.
My pleasure.